Hello my dear students, welcome you all to this new lecture of the chapter Motion in a Straight Line. This is a very important lecture because we are going to discuss different types of math tools that like slope, positive and negative angle, what is the basic rules of differentiation, what are the basic rules of integration. Such useful mathematics content we are going to discuss in this lecture, and you will have to use these math tools in almost every chapter of physics. Okay, so without wasting much time, let us move on to the content. All of you take a pen and paper and note down all the important points. Okay, so are you ready? Let's go. So first we are going to discuss what is mean by slope. Okay, the slope is represented using the letter M. In order to understand slope, let us draw the coordinate system. Okay, this is our Cartesian coordinate system, right? This will be your origin. This is x, this is x dash, here it is y, and here is y dash. Alright? Now let us consider a line that is passing through this plane. Okay, let's consider a straight line that is passing through this plane. Suppose if this line is making an angle theta with this positive x-axis, okay, then tan value of this angle is called as slope. Okay, so how can you define slope? Slope is the tan value of angle made by a line with positive x-axis. It is very important to say positive x-axis. Okay, so the tan value of this angle, that is M is equal to tan theta. This is the equation for slope. Clear? Now there is another way to find slope from a line. That is, if 2 points on this line is given. Okay, think 2 points are given. Suppose first point is A and the coordinate of A is x1, y1. Okay, and another point B is given. Another point B is given whose coordinates are x2, y2. Okay, then how can you find slope from these two given points A and B? Okay, the equation is M is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Okay, this is the equation. Slope M is equal to y2 minus y1, which means that it is the change in y coordinate, right? y2 minus y1 means it is the change in the y coordinate, right? x2 minus x1. What is x2 minus x1? It will be the change in the x coordinate, right? x2 minus x1 is equal to change in the x coordinate. Am I right? Then how can you find the slope M? Yes, the slope M can be delta y by delta x. Okay, delta y by delta x. Now here, if your delta x is very small, okay, if something is very small, we can say it is approximately equal to 0. It is not 0, it is just tending to 0, alright? The value can be near to 0 like 0.1, 0.11, 0.01. Okay, all those values are very near to 0, but they are not 0. Okay, in that way, delta x is very small. That is, it is tending to 0. It never becomes 0. if it becomes 0, then this becomes undefined. You know that very well, right? If the denominator becomes 0, then in mathematics it is a not defined condition. So it is not 0, but it is tending to 0. We say tending. That is going near to 0, but it never becomes 0. Clear? So how can we represent? That's a concept in mathematics called limit. Okay. And you will be learning this limit in your plus 1 mathematics itself. Okay. So now you just understand that limit delta x tends to 0, that is delta x is very small, then your slope can be written as dy by dx. Dy by dx. So you have total 3 equations for slope. This is your first equation, m is equal to tan theta. This is your second equation, that is m equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, which means that is change in y by change in x. If this x2 minus x1, that is delta x, is tending to 0, then you get the third equation, that is m equal to dy by dx. Clear? And this is called as differentiation. Okay, this is called as differentiation. In mathematics it is called as differentiation. It's called as differentiation. So geometrically, not physically, okay, geometrically, physical meaning of the differentiation, not physical meaning, geometrical meaning of differentiation is that differentiation is the slope of a curve at any point. Okay, the curve can be a straight line or the curve can be of any shape like parabola or anything of any shape. Okay, so differentiation means geometrically it is the slope of a curve at a point. Okay, I hope you understand what is meant by differentiation. Okay, so we will be learning more about differentiation. What are the basic formulas for differentiation, and I will be giving you examples to learn that. Okay, now the reverse process of differentiation, in mathematics is called as integration. Okay, there is a process called integration, which is the reverse process of differentiation. Okay, and geometrically, or the application of integration is to find the area under curve. Okay, so integration means area under curve. Okay, so you have to understand these two important things, that is geometrically differentiation means slope. Okay, and the application of integration is to find the area under curve. Okay, so I hope you get that. Now what about the physical meaning of differentiation? What is the physical meaning of differentiation? You have to understand that. Okay, we have discussed about the geometrical meaning. Now what is the physical meaning? Let's come to this once again. Dy by dx. Okay, in this your y is the dependent variable. Okay, and your x is the independent variable. Okay, so y is your dependent variable and x is your independent variable, which means the y is varying according to the variation in x. Okay, that is how to say this. It means that derivative of y with respect to x. Once again, what is it? Derivative of y with respect to x, because x is a independent quantity and y is a dependent quantity. Okay, we have already discussed about instantaneous velocity, instantaneous acceleration and all. Do you remember them? Just what was instantaneous velocity? Your instantaneous velocity was dx by dt. I have already told you there, I will be teaching you all those maths concepts so that it will become very simple for you. Do you remember that? This is the time I am going to teach you all the basic concepts of differentiation and integration. Okay, and this will be useful for you not only in this chapter but in the entire physics. Okay, in the entire physics. Okay, so come on. This was our instantaneous velocity dx by dt. Okay. Now here x means it is the displacement. X means it is the displacement, right? And t means it is the time, right? And I have told you that time is a independent quantity that does not wait for anyone. Do you remember that? Time will vary according to its wish. Okay, and the displacement is varying according to time. That's the definition of motion, that's the definition of displacement itself, right? There is variation in position with respect to time from a origin, right? So, time is independent, displacement is dependent. Now you understand the physical meaning of differentiation. Physical meaning of differentiation is rate of change. What it is? Rate of change. Here it is the rate of change of displacement with respect to time. Rate of change of displacement with respect to time. Here it is rate of change of y with respect to x. So that is the physical meaning of differentiation. Okay. So geometrically differentiation means slope. Physically differentiation means rate of change. You have to note all these points. These are very important. Okay. Now integration means geometrically or application is to find the area under curve. So integration is basically area. There is physical meaning of integration. Okay. Integration is actually limit of a sum. So it may be some tough for you. So just remember it as sum. Suppose if you want to add some quantities like x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 plus x5. Okay, you want to add x1, x2, x3, x4, xy, x6. Like that you have to add n quantities. Okay, so you put plus symbol in between them. That is addition. That same thing is basically integration. Okay, so you will integrate xi. Suppose you want to add x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus etc plus xn. Okay, you want to add these quantities. Then integration means that you can integrate 1 to n of xi dx. That's all. Okay, you can integrate xi. So you will put 1 here. So it becomes x1, it becomes x1, then you put 2 here, it becomes x2, and you are adding all this up to n. So this is what basically integration is in physically. Okay, that is limit of a sum. We say limit of a sum or sum. You just remember integration is basically summation itself. Clear? Yes. So you note down all those things. Okay. Now in this particular chapter, we need the geometrical meaning. Okay. In this particular chapter, for graph and all, we need the geometrical meaning. Okay. So now come. I'll tell you the equation for integration. The integration I is nothing but integral of y dot dx or integral of f of x dot dx. This is the equation for integration. I will be teaching you more and more about integration, but right now you have to note this equation. Integration I is equal to integral. This is integral. This symbol is called integral. It is a symbol of integration. Okay, integral y dot dx or is equal to integral f of x dot dx. Clear? Here the variation is in dx, that is in x. Okay, the variation is in x. X is independent. Okay, dx. Here also dx. Clear? So I hope you understand these concepts. Alright? So shall we move on to the next concept? Yes? Are you ready? Yes. Okay. So now I'm going to teach you what is mean by positive angle and what is mean by negative angle. Okay. Suppose you have a ray. You have a arrow or you have a ray. And if this ray rotate in the anti-clockwise direction and reach at this point, okay, then an angle is formed here, right? Or you just think like this, two arrows are meeting at a common point, okay, then an angle is formed here. If you measure this angle in the anti-clockwise direction, then your theta can be taken as positive. Clear? So positive angle is formed when the angle is measured in anti-clockwise direction. Angle is measured in anti-clockwise direction. Okay. And once again, let's consider another ray. And if this ray rotates in the clockwise direction and reach at this point, okay, then here an angle is formed. That angle is measured in the clockwise direction. Angle is measured in the clockwise direction. Then that angle is considered to be negative. Okay. So what is the concept of positive angle and what is the concept of negative angle? Positive angle means the angle is measured in the anti-clockwise direction, and negative angle means the angle is measured in the clockwise direction. Is that clear to you? Okay. So now let's go to next concept. Okay, these are simple concepts that you will be learning in trigonometry, your third chapter of mathematics, +1 mathematics. Okay. Okay, so let's come here. Now you are thinking, why am I teaching all these things, right? So yeah, these are very useful to you. You will understand that later. Okay, you will thank me for that. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's learn tangent to a curve. That's what I'm going to teach you next. Tangent to a curve. Okay. So let's consider the y-axis and the x-axis. And we need to draw a curve. I'll use a different color. Oh shit. Yes, this is a curve. Okay, it's a curve. Simply a curve. And I will teach you how to draw tangent. Okay. Tangent, you know what is meant by tangent, right? You are more familiar than me. Tangent means it's a straight line that passes by touching at a single point in a curve. So let me mark 3 points. Here let it be point number A. At the peak let it be point number B. And here somewhere we have a point, say C. Okay, good. Right? Okay. Now how to draw tangent? Simply draw a straight line. Simply draw a straight line touching at that point A. Okay. Now let's take horizontal. Okay. Let's consider the horizontal line at A. This is the horizontal and this is the tangent. Now there is an important point that you have to remember. You have to always start measuring the angle from horizontal. Okay. You have to measure the angle from horizontal. So you will measure the angle from horizontal to the tangent, and that angle at A is positive. Do you agree? The angle is positive because we are measuring in the anti-clockwise direction. Then slope at A will be also positive. Why? Because slope is tan theta. Slope is tan theta. Here theta is positive, then tan value will be also positive, which means your slope at A is positive. Now what about the point B? At point B, this is the tangent, right? This is the tangent. Now let's consider the horizontal. This is the horizontal. There you can clearly see the tangent and the horizontal are coinciding. Hence the angle at B will be 0. Do you agree? Angle at B is 0. Now, what about the slope at B? The slope at B will be tan 0 because angle is 0, then it is tan 0. What is tan 0 value? You are already familiar. The answer will be 0, which means slope is 0 at the peak points of the curve. So here the slope will be 0. Here also at D also the slope will be 0. Okay, because if you draw a tangent at D, then that tangent and the horizontal both are going to coincide. So at D, at B and all your slope will be 0. Slope will be 0. Is that clear? Okay. Okay. Now let's consider C point. Okay, I'll erase this. We don't need D. Okay. Let's consider C. So at C, this is the tangent. This is the tangent. Do you agree? This is the tangent. And here is the horizontal. You will start measuring from horizontal to tangent. Then that should be measured in the clockwise direction so that your theta C is becoming negative. Theta C is negative. If angle is negative, then the tan value is definitely negative, which means that slope at C is going to be negative. Slope at C is going to be negative. So do you get that? If the angle is positive, the slope is positive. If the angle is 0, then the slope is 0. If the angle is negative, then the slope is also negative. And you have to remember, you have to always measure angle from horizontal to tangent. Horizontal to tangent. Is that clear? Okay. So these are very simple concepts, right? Yes. Let's go ahead. Okay. Let's go ahead and we will learn the basic differentiation. We will learn the basic differentiation. I think now you are ready to learn calculus. Do you remember the word calculus? I was telling during the lectures. Calculus is a branch of mathematics where we learn about differentiation and integration. Do you remember that? I hope you are remembering, right? So let's start differentiation. Oh, this is going to be very tough. Nothing like that. This is a new concept for you, that's all. Okay, it's a new concept for you, that's all. It's not tough. You just have to by heart these formulas and do problems with me. It becomes very simple for you. Okay. So I'm not teaching you whole differentiation that you are going to learn in the +2 maths, okay? I'll be teaching you 6 or 7 formulas, that's all, okay? So, the first thing is derivative of a constant. How to tell that? Derivative of a constant is 0, where k is constant. What is mean by constant? What is mean by constant? Constant means numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, -1, -2, -3, -4. All are numbers. Numbers are called as constant. Derivative of a constant is 0. Is that clear for you? Now what is the second thing that you need to know is dx by dx is equal to 1. Dx by dx is equal to 1. The third one is I'll teach you something like derivative of k into f of x. Derivative of k into f of x, where k is a constant and f of x is basically a function. F of x is basically a function. So what can you do? You can take the k outside, and you find the derivative of the function alone, that is derivative of f of x with respect to dx. Okay. Hey, don't think too much and don't get stressed. It's very simple. Just focus here and learn the formulas. That's all. Okay. Now fourth one is derivative of x raised to n. Very important. Derivative of, you put VIP. Yeah, VIP. Very important. Okay. Derivative of x raised to n is equal to n into x raised to n minus 1. Derivative of x square, derivative of x cube, derivative of x raised to 4, etc. are the examples. Okay. The derivative of x raised to n is equal to n into x raised to n minus 1. Clear? Now, the fifth one is derivative of sin x. Sin x. What is sin x? Sin x is a trigonometric function. You are already familiar with sin, cos, tan, cosec, sec, cot. Right? So, derivative of sin x is cos x. Okay. The next one is derivative of cos x. Derivative of cos x. What is derivative of cos x? Derivative of cos x is minus sin x. It's very important. Derivative of cos x is minus sin x. The last and final formula for you, that is derivative of first into second. Okay. Derivative of first into second. We didn't understand. Why you didn't understand? First is a function. Second is another function. Okay. So it is the product of two functions. Hence this rule is called as product rule of differentiation. Product rule of differentiation. It is very simple to remember like this. Okay. Come here. Here is also a product. K into f of x is also a product. But the thing is, K is constant. That is why you are taking K outside. Understood? But here, your first and second, both are functions. So it is a product of functions. Suppose if it is example, it's an example, okay. Your first function is f of x. Your second function is g of x. These two are functions of x. So what to do? That is what we are going to learn. Then that can be written as first into derivative of second plus second into derivative of first. Okay. There is a rhythm, right? Derivative of first into second is equal to first into derivative of second plus second into derivative of first. Once again. First into derivative of second plus second into derivative of first. Isn't it very simple? Yes, it is simple, right? So these are the 7 formulas that you have to learn in differentiation. Now let's learn some basic problems. How to use this, okay? Okay, so let's see. Write the question. Find the derivatives of your A question is y is equal to x square plus 5. Your B question is y is equal to 3x square plus 2x plus 3. Okay. Your C question is y is equal to 3 sin x. Okay. Your D question is y is equal to x square sin x. Okay. So we will be doing these 4 questions and we will learn all the formulas related to this. Okay. So let's go ahead. So let's start with, there is no much color, okay. So let's start with A question. They have given that your y is equal to x square plus 5. You want to find the derivative. Do you remember the derivative is dy by dx, dy by dx, dy by dx is equal to derivative of x square plus 5 with respect to dx. Okay, now remember that if you have a plus symbol or a minus symbol in between the terms, okay, here in between x square and 5 you have plus. So if there is a plus symbol or even there is a subtraction, that is negative symbol, you can differentiate them separately. So let's differentiate them separately. That is derivative of x square with respect to x plus derivative of 5 with respect to x. Now how to find derivative of x square? Do you remember the formula? Derivative of x raised to n with respect to x is equal to n into x raised to n minus 1. Right? Here your n value is 2. So how can you write them? 2x raised to 2 minus 1 plus. This is derivative of a constant. Right? Derivative of a constant. What is the derivative of constant? Derivative of constant is 0. So this is going to be 2x. This is so simple. Yes, it is very simple. That is why I told you these things are nothing to worry. You just learn the basic formulas and do these examples. That's all. Okay. So we will go for the B question. You have to write this. Okay. Now let's learn the B question. The B question is something like y is equal to 3x square plus 2x plus 3. Okay, let's find out dy by dx. Dy upon dx is equal to derivative of your y is given like this. So it is 3x square plus 2x plus 3 all divided by dx. Now there is plus symbol in between the terms. There is plus symbol in between the terms. So you differentiate them separately. That is derivative of 3x square with respect to dx plus derivative of 2x with respect to dx plus derivative of 3 with respect to dx. Now here there is constant along with a function, right? That is derivative of k into f of x. You will take the k outside and you will find the derivative of f of x alone. Do you remember that? So here also 3 is constant. You take 3 outside. So that is 3 into dx square by dx plus. Here 2 is a constant. So you take outside. So that is 2 into dx by dx plus derivative of 3. Derivative of a constant is 0. Okay. Now come here. 3 into derivative of x square. Do you remember it is 2x plus 2 into dx by dx. The answer is 1. 2 into 1. So your answer is 6x plus 2. So this is the answer. You have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, 4 or 5 steps, right? It's very tough. It's nothing like that. It is actually very simple. I'll tell you a shortcut. So you note down these. Now let's go for the shortcut. You can do this whole differentiation within 1 minute. How to do that? You write dy by dx is equal to, the exponent is 2. You multiply 2 with 3. That is 6. Put this x same as like that. Okay. Now you subtract 1 from this 2. 2 minus 1 is going to be 1, right? So this is 1 plus. Now here what is the exponent? Here it is x raised to 1. So 1 into 2. It is 2. Then you have x. 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Here this derivative of a constant which is already 0. Derivative constant is 0. X raised to 0 means anything, if the power is 0 then the answer is 1. So x raised to 0 is 1. So you don't need to write that. That's all. 6x plus 2. Why couldn't you tell this before? Right? You are thinking like that. Okay, I'll give you another question. Just that the question is 4x cube plus 3x square plus 2x. How to do it? It's very simple. Dy by dx is equal to 3 into 4, 12, x 3 minus 1, that is 2, plus 2 into 3, that is 6, x 2 minus 1, that is 1, plus here the exponent is 1, right? So 1 into 2, 2x 1 minus 1 is 0, x raised to 0 means 1, so you don't want to write this. Finish. All the 5 steps have been cut into a single step. Did you like this? Okay. So in this way we will be doing in physics, we will be differentiating within a minute and we will write the answer. Okay. We are not going to write a maths examination, right? So we don't want whole steps. Okay, that's clear. Now we'll go for C question. So your C question is y is equal to 3 sin x. Y is equal to 3 sin x. So dy upon dx is derivative of 3 sin x. It's very simple. 3 is a constant, sin x is a function. Take the constant outside, take 3 outside, derivative of sin x. Oh, we'll write the final answer. No, I will write the final answer. 3 cos x. That's all. Because derivative of sin x is cos x, 3 remains as such, so 3 cos x. You understand that? What about D question? This is something a little different. Okay. So we'll go for D question. With D question it is khalas, right? It's finished. So very simple. D question. Y is equal to x square sin x. This is product of two function. Your x square is the first function, sin x is the second function. You get the product rule of differentiation. First into derivative of second plus second into derivative of first function. So let's do it. Derivative of y with respect to x is equal to derivative of x square sin x with respect to x. Do you agree? I hope you agree. Okay. So this is the first function. So that is x square into derivative of the second function, that is derivative of sin x, plus second into, that is second is sin x, into derivative of first function, that is x square. I hope you understand this. It is x square cos x plus x square derivative is 2x, so it is 2x sin x. That's all. Now what do you think? Differentiation is very simple, right? Yes. Like this, let's learn integration. Okay, so are you ready? Let's go for integration. Okay. Okay, so now we are going to learn integration. Okay. Now let's learn integration. Integration. Okay. So when we come to integration, integration is basically of two types, that is indefinite integration and definite integration. Okay, you have two types. The first one is indefinite integration and the next type is definite integration. Okay, definite integration. So what is the difference between indefinite integration and definite integration? That is what we are going to learn first. Do you remember the formula for integration? Integration is basically integral y dot dx. Alright? Integral y dot dx. Okay. Now, this is basically an indefinite integration. This is an indefinite integration. Okay. Why it is indefinite? Because let's consider two space here. Okay, let's consider two space there. Or I'll write that here. Okay. I is equal to integral y dot dx. Let's consider two space. The first one at the starting is called as LL. What is LL? Lower limit. Okay, lower limit. And the space here, this space is called as UL, that is upper limit. Okay. What is mean by lower limit and upper limit? Lower limit means from which value you should start integration. Upper limit means up to which value you have to integrate. Okay. Now, in this case, if I does not specify the lower limit and the upper limit, then it is called indefinite integration. And in this indefinite integration, along with the answer, okay, you will get the answer after integration. I will tell you the rules and all, okay. After integrating, you will get the answer. Along with the answer, you have to always put a plus C. Okay, this C is called as constant of integration. Constant of integration. Clear? So there are two things you have to remember. In indefinite integration, the lower limit and the upper limit will not be specified. Also, there will be a constant of integration called C. Is that clear for you? Okay. Now, let's see what is meant by definite integration. For definite integration, you don't need this C. You only need the answer. Okay. You don't need the C. You only need the answer. And here we will have the lower limit, suppose say A, and the upper limit say B. Okay. So you will start integration from A to B. So here the lower limit and upper limit is specified, hence it is called definite integration. And in definite integration, you don't have to put C for the final answer. That is, constant of integration is not required. Okay. Now let's learn some rules. Okay. Now let's learn some rules and let's practice that. Okay. So the first rule here, integral dx is x plus c. Integral dx is x plus c. Okay. The second one is integral x raised to n dx is equal to x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. Now you get the answer. Now you put a plus c. Okay, because it is indefinite integration. No lower limit and upper limit is specified. Is that clear to you? Now, in definite integration, you have to specify the lower limit and upper limit. So it is integral a to b dx. Okay, it is indefinite and here I specify the lower and upper limit, so it becomes definite. Okay, integral a to b dx is equal to, first of all, what is the answer? Here the answer is basically x, right? So you write the answer x here. Okay, now you have to put a box. And write this lower limit a here and the upper limit b here. Okay, this is the procedure. Now, first you substitute b for x. So it becomes b. Then you have to always put a minus. Now, you substitute this lower limit a for x. X is the variable. You have to substitute for the variable part. So it becomes b minus a. I hope you get the answer. Integral a to b dx is equal to b minus a is your answer. Okay. So I will erase all these things. You have to note this. Okay. And now if you feel tough, you just by heart the result. Integral a to b dx is equal to b minus a. Integral a to b dx is equal to b minus a. Okay. Now the second one is integral a to b x raised to n dx. How to do that? What about the answer? This is the answer part, right? It is indefinite, this is definite. So this is the answer part. This plus c is because it is indefinite integration. Okay. So the answer will be written here, that is x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. Now you put a box. Specify lower and upper limit. Okay. Now for the variable is x. For the variable, first you substitute upper limit b. So it becomes b raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. Right? Now you have to always put minus symbol. You have to always put minus. Now you substitute lower limit a for this variable x. So it is a raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. So this can be written as b raised to n plus 1 minus a raised to n plus 1 whole by n plus 1. Okay. So this is the procedure. Now you just by heart the answer. Okay, I am erasing this. You have to note it. If you think you need to learn this procedure, you just take down this. Okay. Okay. So the answer become b raised to n plus 1 minus a raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. Okay. So these are the 4 formulas, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 formulas is something you have to by heart so that you can do simple integration questions. Okay. So let's go ahead and work out some problems. Okay. So here is your first question, or I will write the main question is integrate the following. Integrate the following. Your first question is y is equal to x square plus 2x plus 5. Okay. Then your second question is y is equal to x square plus 2x plus 5 from 1 to 2. Your third question is y is equal to 3. Your fourth one is y equal to 3 from 2 to 4. Okay, from 2 to 4. So these are the 4 questions that we are going to work out in order to understand integration. Okay. So first I will start with the third question. Okay. First I am starting with the third question. The third question is y is equal to 3. Alright. So you know the integration equation, I is equal to integral y dot dx. It is the equation. So that is integral 3 dot dx. Now it is a constant. you can take this constant outside the integration. So take the constant outside the integration, it becomes 3 integral dx. Integral dx, do you remember the formula? Integral dx is basically x. So that is 3x. Now after writing the answer, you have to put plus c because it is indefinite integration. So this is the required answer. Isn't it very simple? Yes, it is simple, right? Now I will do the fourth question. Okay, fourth question. That is y equal to 3. Okay, and the lower limit is specified here as 2 and the upper limit is specified as 4. So lower limit is 2 and your upper limit is basically 4. Okay, so let's start that. So let's erase these things so that it becomes A to B, right? So let's start. Integral, your A value is 2, your B value is 4, 3 dx. Okay. Now what can you do? You can take 3 outside, so it becomes integral 2 to 4 dx, right? Now it is 3 into integral dx, answer is x. Put the lower limit and the upper limit. Now do you remember the rule? First you substitute the upper limit, that is 4x, you put 4, then put a minus symbol, then you substitute lower limit for the variable x. So it is 3 into 4 minus 2 is 2. Your answer is going to be something like 6. Okay. So I hope it is clear to you. Isn't it? Or you don't have to do all this. Just you remember that 3 into the formula is integral a to b dx is equal to b minus a, right? So that is 4 minus 2. 3 into 2, that is 6. Clear? So either you can put the square box and apply that concept of substituting upper limit and lower limit and subtracting, or you can use this equation. It's up to you. Okay, it's up to you. Now what about the first question? That's what we are going to work out next. First question. Okay. First question. Your first question is y is equal to x square plus 2x plus 5. Y is equal to x square plus 2x plus 5. Okay. Now just you need to find the answer, that is integral y dx, which means integral x square plus 2x plus 5 dx. Do you remember that rule? If there is plus or minus symbol in between the terms, then you can separately differentiate. Okay, that is what we learned in differentiation. Here you can separately integrate. So how to integrate separately? Integral x square dx plus integral 2x dx plus integral 5 dx. Okay, you are integrating them separately. Now here, what will be your answer? This is integral x raised to n dx. Okay, integral x raised to n dx. The answer is x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. So here your n value is 2. So apply that, x raised to 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 plus. Here it is constant and x is variable. So you take the constant outside. So it is integral x dx. Plus here 5 is a constant. Take it outside. So integral dx. Right? Now what will be your answer? This will become x cube by 3 plus 2 into, okay, what is the variable here? What is the exponent here? The exponent is 1, right? So it is x raised to 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1, right? So it is x square by 2 plus 5. Integral dx is x. These two can be cancelled. So it is x cube by 3 plus x square plus 5x. That is the required answer. That is the required answer. You have to put a plus c, don't forget plus c, because it is indefinite integration. So finally you have to put a plus c. Okay. Now just come here. This one. This is definite integration. The lower limit is 1, upper limit is 2. So how to do that? I'll erase it, okay? I just erase it. Okay. The difference is that it is A to B. That is 1 to 2. Right? What is the answer part? This was square, right? This is your answer. This plus c is constant of integration. So you neglect that. Okay. So the answer by indefinite integration is x cube by 3 plus x square plus 5x. Put a box. Write the lower limit, write the upper limit, 1 to 2. That was the procedure, right? That was the procedure. First substitute upper limit for the variable. So it becomes 2 cube by 3 plus 2 square plus 5 into 2. Now you have to put a minus symbol, substitute the lower limit here. So it is 1 cube by 3 plus 1 square plus 5 into 1. Alright. So you can use calculator to find the answer for this. Clear? So this is how you do the second question. Okay. So I hope these questions are clear to you. Right? If you need more explanation for this second problem, then you can put it in the comment box. Definitely I will be doing that for you. Okay. So I think it is clear to you, right? So that is how you integrate. Okay, that is how you integrate. Okay. Sometimes some of you may think that I haven't given you a problem where you can apply the equation b raised to n plus 1 minus a raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. For such students, let me give you just a question: integral 1 to 3 x cube dx. How to do it? You write your, this is a, this is b, this is n. So it is b raised to n plus 1 minus a raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. How to get the answer? It's very simple. Your b value is 3. So 3 raised to n plus 1. N is 3. So n plus 1 is 4. Minus, what about a? A is 1. So 1 to the power n plus 1, that is 4 by n plus 1, that is again 4. That's all. Clear? So this is how you apply this rule. You look what is a, what is b, what is n, and just apply the equation. That is how you apply definite integration equation for this problem. Okay. So you can apply this concept for doing the second question in the previous questions we have discussed. Okay. Now you are thinking what you are going to learn, right? What I will be teaching you new. Now I will teach you how to form equation of a line. Okay, that is very important concept, and that is something you need to know. Okay, so I will teach you that. The next thing is equation of a line. Equation of a line. Okay. Basically, there are two ways by which you can find the equation of a line. There are many ways, and that you will be learning in your chapter called straight line, not in physics, in mathematics. Okay. So right now, I will just teach you two things from there. That is one point form. Okay, I am teaching you all these things for doing the physics problems. Okay, and this will be useful for you while you are writing a competitive examination. So first of all, you will learn what is meant by one point form. So you may think that why am I teaching all these things? There are math teachers who can teach this, right? We will go for some maths channel and we will watch from there. The thing is, everyone will not be taking biomaths, right? Everyone will not be learning maths in their plus 1 plus 2. There are students who opt for computer science. For such students, I think I should tell them all the maths concepts that we need, that physics need. Okay, so that they can learn from our channel itself. Okay, they don't want to go here and there, they want to get confused, they don't want to get stressed what to learn, what not to learn, which all maths chapters are required. I will be teaching you everything. Okay, so come here, one point form. What about this one point form? One point form means you are given a line. And in this line, a point will be mentioned. Say A, whose coordinates are x1, y1. And the slope of this line m will be given in the question. Okay. So the equation of line is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. This is the equation. Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So a point in the line will be given. Also the slope will be given. Okay. Now the next technique is 2-point form. 2-point form. From the name itself, it is clear to you. On a line, 2 points are mentioned. Say A and B. The coordinate of A is x1, y1, and the coordinate of B is x2, y2. Then you know the slope of this line can be found as m is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Isn't it? So the only difference is that here the slope is already given. Here the slope is not given. So you can find the slope using y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So in this equation, instead of this m, you have to give that equation. So that is 2-point form. That is y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. This is the required equation. Okay, this is 1-point form, this is 2-point form. We need some questions, right? Yes. Let's see. Okay. Now, equation of line. The first question is the point on line is 1, 3 and slope is how to give slope m is equal to 2. Okay, slope is 2. Slope is 2. Slope is 2. Okay. The second one is the 2-point on line is something, say 1,3 and 2,5. Okay, so here the first question is basically a point on the line is given and slope is given, so it is 1-point form. Here 2-point on the line is given, hence it is 2-point form. Is that clear? Okay, so let's go. What about x1 comma y1? 1,3. x1 is 1, y1 is 3, and the slope m is equal to 2. What is 1-point form equation? Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So applying that, y minus y1 is 3 is equal to m is 2 into x minus x1. Where is x? X minus x1. x1 is 1, right? So x minus 1. So it is y minus 3 is equal to 2x minus 2. Okay, rearranging, y is equal to 2x minus 2 plus 3. So that is 2x plus 1. Y is equal to 2x plus 1. Y is equal to 2x plus 1. So that is the equation of this line. Y equal to 2x plus 1. Okay. Simple, right? Let's do the second problem. You have to note this. Okay. Sir, you are telling you have to note these and you are erasing very quickly. So how can we take down all these things? You pause the video and take all the note. Okay, then you continue watching. That's all. Okay. Now the second problem. The 2-point on line is given. You have 1,3, 2,5. So this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. Sir, we know the equation. What is it? Y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. So simple. Substitute the values. Y minus 3 is equal to y2 minus y1 5 minus 3 by x2 minus x1 2 minus 1 into x minus x1 is 1, right? Okay. So it is y minus 3 is equal to 5 minus 3 is 2 by 2 minus 1 is 1 into x minus 1. So this is y minus 3 is equal to 2x minus 2. So y is equal to 2x minus 2 plus 3. So that is your final answer is y is equal to 2x plus 1. How that happened? Actually, the first and the second question have the same answers, and it was a coincidence. Completely it was a coincidence. I was not knowing this could be the answer. It could be same. I don't know how that happened. Yes, even it is 1-point form problem or 2-point form problem, both the answer is same. Okay, I just took a random question from my mind, but something coincidence. Okay, so for the time being, actually I was planning to take some graphs, graph of different motions, but the length of the video could be very large. Okay, so I have decided to stop here. So we will be learning different graphs of motion in a straight line in the upcoming lectures. So you have to stay tuned with EDIFIWAY Infinity. See you all in the next lecture. Bye bye.